Maryland, Penn State. Next up, back to the Big Ten we go. In this one, we've got Penn State currently 10.5 point home favorites, 58 the total in this one. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, I always thought Penn State would be a little vulnerable after the loss to Ohio State, 2 losses. They really can't do anything in terms of winning the Big Ten anymore. And I was worried what kind of now it might just have been Indiana's that pathetic, and maybe we shouldn't put too much into that 45-14 beatdown over the Hoosiers because they really are pathetic right now, Indiana. How will they fare here against Maryland? Maryland's been one of those teams that at times they've given Penn State some fits. I remember a couple of years ago they beat up Penn State pretty good. Last year, that game was pretty close for a while, and then Penn State pulled away late. But I'll tell you what, that was very disappointing for me from little Tua and Talia Tagovailoa and the offense against Wisconsin off a bye week, getting him back. And he struggled 10 of 23, 77 passing yards for the entire game. Couldn't run the football. That's concerning. 0-4 ATS now the last 4 games for Maryland. They barely beat a bad Indiana team by 5 and didn't cover on the road in that game. They barely beat a bad Northwestern team. You know what I mean? They're taking a step up in class here. Say what you will about Penn State, the disappointment of Ohio State. They beat a bad football team last week big time, and I haven't seen enough out of little Tua and just Maryland in general against some of the better, the upper half of the Big Ten. They have not played well against outside of the Michigan game. That's the one time, they were right in the game and very competitive. But I don't know. Lately, they're only playing okay against the bad teams and barely getting by those bad teams as well. So it's a tough game. As I want to kind of take the points with Maryland, but I don't know if I trust them enough to pull the trigger. What do you think, C-Mac?
I agree. I don't know if I can trust them. You mentioned last year was close in College Park, and the year before that, and the year before, I remember Penn State blowing them out, pretty bad. They're at home. You know me, James Franklin. I'm not laying 10 here with this guy. No way. Maryland's defense isn't very good, but I think get that offense going. I think they can score here. Turnovers, just keep that down. I think they go back and forth. Give me the over. This is too light. Over in the high 50s here.
I think so too. I think Wisconsin. I think in that game on the road. I think this one here against Penn State's defense. I think they can move the ball a little bit here, Maryland, and I think Penn State will have their way offensively.
Yeah, I think Penn State can get in the 30s, and I think Maryland, gets 20. I think we get over.
Clifford's good against weaker defenses. Maryland's that, and that Singleton kid for Penn State can really run the football as well. So definitely, I think they're going to have the ability to put up some points here.